talking about stealing music, we're gonna steal this podcast because we're about to do our Rumble prediction show. This is Kung Fu Eddie, baby, representing the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast and talking to Eddie, baby. And I'm here with my boy Front Row Phil. We're together. We are the average 8. I need a drink of water now. It's dark water. Don't mind your business. Mind your business. All right. You excited?
For Mania season to start?
Yeah, Mania season. You know, we just finished the Rumble, not the Rumble, the Wrestle Kingdom, and it's already Rumble. That's the thing about January. It's like there's two important things. It's the Wrestle Kingdom and the Royal Rumble. So let's get started. You know, we're gonna talk about the Rumble. So the men's Rumble, the women's Rumble. Which one you want to do first?
Let's go with the women's.
All right. So, and since I'm a professional podcaster, I have my list here. So, all right. Let's see. Las mujeres in the club. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. So the ones that are announced is 6 out of the 30 contestants as of now. So this is Tuesday, January 23rd. So we don't even know who the rest of the let me do my math. 24 other competitors are. So we have Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Maxine Dupri, and Ivy Neal. Out of those 6, who do you think got it?
Wait, repeat those again?
All right, so we got Bayley, Nia Jax,
Uh-huh.
Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Maxine Dupri, and Ivy Nile or Ivy Nile.
You don't even know who she is, do you?
Exactly.
There you go.
Is that an NXT person?
Definitely her.
I got my whole money on her. All right. So who do you got?
Oh, Becky.
Becky, has she won a Rumble before?
So the 3-way that she had with that headlined WrestleMania.
I thought Charlotte won that one.
Did she? Then how did Becky get into that? I don't recall. Do y'all know? I don't.
Just like Daniel Bryan did.
Yeah.
I know one of them did the Daniel Bryan thing. Like they were so. I think it was Charlotte that won it, and then because Becky was doing the man gimmick, she probably think again. This is a natural fact, so I don't even know if it's true or not. So, yeah. So you got Becky.
I got Becky.
All right.
I mean, you look at stars, and for if you're not headlining WrestleMania, you're actually number 2 or number 3 in the card. You got to be a star, and right now,
which night though?
I don't know, but I mean, definitely, I think Rhea and Becky, they hinted at it. The crowd went apeshit, so I kind of see them going that way with it. Charlotte's out, obviously, has the ACL, MCL, CCL, DCL tear, or whatever.
I'm a kinesiology major. It is ACL, MCL, and the meniscus.
There you go. So
she tore all 3 of them.
All 3 of them. She's gone. So she's definitely out there. That would have been a big star right there.
Yeah, but she won the Rumble though.
She did.
Let's we go by facts because again, I'm not looking it up.
So that's why I think Becky.
Okay.
And also, it is a pay year for Becky and Seth.
So Seth is out, and so somebody else got to carry the load.
Yeah.
Someone's got to feed the baby in this house.
2 for 1. I mean, at one point, Becky was the highest paid women's wrestler in the history of women's wrestling, and now, she's probably 2 or 3. So.
Let's see if we hear any money signs for the women's side.
So that goes back to who do you think the rest of the contestants?
So the 24, obviously, at least 1/3, if I do my math correctly, 8 of them will probably be legends.
Okay.
So we got Lita, Trish Stratus, Molly Holly, Ivory, Jacqueline. Who else? I'm just thinking about who has no beef with WWE.
Ronda Rousey.
All right, so someone that doesn't have beef with WWE, which that will be a news that we'll talk about in the middle of the segment. All right, so those are the legends. Obviously, the other 8 will probably be NXT people.
Okay.
So I can see Booker T's protege, Roxy Perez.
Yeah. Okay.
My baby girl, Nikita Lyons. Love you, baby. Anyways, that blonde chick, the Trish Stratus one.
Yeah.
The one that compared to like when Mandy Rose left, they replaced her with another one.
Yeah.
What's her name though?
I don't know. I just know she's dating Gunther's best friend. The Ludwig. That's her boyfriend, Ludwig.
The Italian one?
No, Ludwig's the Austrian German one. Yeah. Blondes, Germans, come on.
Much love to the European fans out there. All right, so
we just got banned in 23 countries.
Yeah, it's all good. Some of them don't even believe our rights. Anyways, okay, so we got those 8 people, 8 from NXT, 8 legends.
Okay, so debuts.
I do not see why not Sasha Banks cannot just come back.
I don't see why Sasha Banks cannot come back either. So supposedly she's been signed with AEW. AEW has not
confirmed or denied.
Right. And
I mean, when one legend leaves,
and the one thing about Tony Khan, I love Tony Khan.
Your cats are touching my feet.
First time you had pussy touch your feet.
Hey, yo. Anyways,
so the one thing about Tony Khan is Tony Khan cannot keep a secret. He's horrendous at keeping secrets. He's like for a son of a billionaire. He has to show everybody everything. So if he signs Sasha,
he's like, yeah.
If he signed Sasha would have debuted on it, right? Dude, he signed a guy that was already under contract with New Japan, and he we signed him. He won't start with us until February, but we signed him.
And I have a conversation about that for the men's. Anyways, so okay. What about her best friend that left with her, Naomi?
Oh, Naomi for sure. So Naomi has already said goodbye to TNA.
Yeah, she dropped the belt,
and she even did her farewell speech, sort of like Okada did. So she's gone. She's coming back. She's gonna be hanging with her hubby. All life's gonna be good.
Yeah, she's gonna be the designated driver again.
Especially now that they're split up, they need one, right?
shout out to you, Jimmy. Get well.
No, stay well.
Stay ye. Stay no ye.
All right,
so we got 2 returns that we are predicting.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how the other guys feel. Mikey Fax, OG Slacker, Corey the Bell Collector, Solo Smoke, and Don't Watch Dynamite TV Guru. So this is our prediction. So they probably will have something different. They'll probably do it on their own socials. All right, so we got Sasha, Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because honestly, those are 2 big returns.
Yeah, those are the ones that left at the same time. So it'd be nice for them to come back at the same time. I can see them tagging a little bit, getting about 4 or 5, maybe 6 girls out, getting to the point where now, whoa, the big boys or big girls are in, and then all of a sudden, they go out. So I can see that.
Hey, and then speaking of that, okay, so we have 2, and then 6 of them.
Don't forget, they were former tag team champions.
Anyways, so we got 2 returns from that 6.
Uh-huh.
From that 8, I mean. So the 6 will probably be from the roster. So like Chelsea Green, Piper Nevins, the freaking tag team women, one of them probably, because they got to do flippy stuff since Kofi Kingston's retired from doing all the spectacular flippy stuff.
Okay. Damage Control.
I was just about to say that. Damage Control, especially the Pirate Princess, because she hasn't.
She'll do some great moves up top. Like I said, I think I would not be surprised at the end of the night. It comes down to The Rock's cousin, because The Rock owns WWE.
Oh, Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, and
because I was just thinking about
the man.
Hold on. Speaking, which we'll get there, because we're professional podcasters. What about The Rock's daughter?
No,
she ain't ready.
It looks like she's really going into this manager type role lately. And you obviously don't watch NXT.
I don't watch NXT. I'm sorry, guys.
So no, she's green as green can be.
Episode is money, according to. Oh. Jade Cargill.
No.
Oh my God! No. Okay, cool. All right, let's drop that.
But on that, I wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the people. Honestly, that was a great hire. They should have stuck her in NXT, let her seasoned up a little bit, have her win the women's champion in NXT before you brought her to the main roster, because that woman, I mean, she's the Goldberg of female wrestlers.
She's my Caribbean queen. Shout out to Billy Ocean.
Yeah, pleasant on the eyes, but not on the ring.
That's all right. That's all that matters.
Okay. So yeah,
right,
I wouldn't be surprised if she was in it.
So
I'll give you that.
All right, so let's do our final four, since you kind of said two of them.
Yep.
Okay, final four for me. Well, obviously would be Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch.
Yep.
And it has to be a young person, like a newcomer, like that underdog.
Yeah, sort of like, so someone gets the rub, sort of like Gunther got the rub last year, right? Because Gunther got the rub big time.
Which we were there live.
Yeah. So you think it'll be someone from NXT or someone that they're trying to push on the main roster?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think we all said this. We all said stuff privately about the Texans wrestling scene, but I would not be surprised if Roxanne Perez is the final four. So my final four: Becky Lynch, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Roxanne Perez.
Yeah. I would, before she got injured, I was really pushing for what's her name? Jade? Not Jade. God, what is her name? She's Bronson Reed. Not Bronson Reed. What's his face? Girlfriend. Hold that thought.
Oh, Jade. Cora.
That's it. Cora Jade.
Cora Jade.
Yeah,
because we're great professional podcasters. We do our research.
I honestly thought she was kind of ready, even though from a wrestling standpoint, she's still look green. But she has the look. She has the attitude. Unfortunately, she's injured too, so now she's not offered. But so I think the next one up is the Prodigy. I agree with you.
All right, so your final four will be my final four.
Yeah, we're on the same.
All right, cool. All right, cool. And so our predictions for that one is Becky Lynch.
Definitely, has that Becky Lynch.
All right, so now here's
unless Sasha, for some strange reason, they give Sasha the rub. Because, I mean, that for all we know, that's in the contract.
Now, again, with WWE, Vince McMahon,
like it's in the contract for Punk,
which we'll get there. Anyways, all right. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, like the Vince McMahon era of WWE. Just because you come back doesn't mean you ain't gonna eat shit.
Sure.
But now this is a TKO exclusive. So how will they be like, hey man, you're gonna make me money, Sasha? Well, I will push you, you're gonna make me money.
Okay, so we saw last year, just because you win Rumble doesn't mean that you win the main event to Mania. So I could clearly see her winning Rumble and not winning the main event at Mania.
Which just has happened before.
Right. Last year. So I don't see that as a surprise. And I do think that, if you want...
Well, half. Because Rhea Ripley won last year. She won. And then Cody won and he lost.
Right. But I was really thinking about Cody, right? And
Cody.
And it really was Cody's return, right? But I agree with you. I don't see... if I see Sasha's coming back...
Hey, Cody's return. CM Punk said last night he's been there for 2 years.
He's been there for 2 years. He's carried the company on
his back. It just feels like it was yesterday Yeah, trust me. Once I turned the big 3-0, time moves faster now.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. On that note, I really don't think Sasha's going to win the Rumble. I honestly think the Rumble is going to be Becky Lynch.
Okay, so now,
especially if we can go back and confirm she's never won the Rumble before, then hands down, she's got to go down that list. All wrestlers at some point have to hit the trifecta of whatever belts, whatever Rumble, whatever thing,
But even Sasha said it, or unless I heard it through the grapevines of dirt sheets, like she don't even care about the records anymore. She only cares about the money, which once you get older, that should be your mentality.
Well, now they got that TKO, UFC, WWE merger money. They got more money than they know what to do with. And on top of that, they're making $5 billion to be for 10 years for Raw. So, that's some serious dough. I mean, you got to spend that money. So might as well spend it on talent.
All right. So, but we still agree. Becky Lynch. All right. So now here's the other question, which we'll do probably WrestleMania predictions. Who will she go for?
Oh, it's already done.
Oh, she wants Rhea Ripley?
Yeah. They pre-did it on Raw.
So
they hinted at it. So if she wins, she is
again. That's how much I watched for her last night.
It wasn't last night. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah. Well,
if it was it Raw or SmackDown? It was one of those shows. But she did call. She called her out. She says, like, the one thing is, I know I'm the man, but I honestly feel you may be better than me. And she's like, well, you know what? Other than you,
I'm only one way to find out.
Is I'm rooting for you to win. So I could see that. I could really see that. I honestly think they'd put up a decent match too.
So then the other women's will be Bailey versus Io.
Yeah, I see internal turmoil. I see.
Yeah, because we already see that with one faction. Wink, wink.
I mean, it's kind of the unsaid truth, right? So Bailey does seem like to be the odd duck out, even though she's
the one that started it.
Self-proclaimed leader, yeah.
Yeah, even though that the faction that we were talking about, Judgment Day, is not like they have turned their own leader that created the whole thing. We're talking about you, Edge. All right, so let's move on from the Rumble and let's talk about the big old news. The Rock appointed to the UFC WWE TKO group of board of directors. So, thoughts on this? Shout out to ESPN for the website and us reading the article. So, you said earlier when we were having lunch, he's going to own his name now.
Yep.
Anything else he's going to do? What are the things that you think he's going to do?
I definitely think he's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Yeah, I think hands down that just proves it's such a huge investment in The Rock by TKO, as not just as a board member, but also as an ambassador. It's pretty much what he kind of emphasized, both for the WWE brand name as well as for the UFC brand name. He's got to wrestle. And if he doesn't wrestle this year, question is when. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's probably the most fit, genetically known freak for a almost 60-year-old man. But he's you can't keep pushing over. You know, what that was saying? Father Time always wins. At some point,
I'm learning that the hard way now.
You can't say, "Oh, I'll wrestle next year. I'll wrestle next year," because he knows that next year it's going to be harder for him to get better. So. And we all know he's just gonna, he's just passing the torch. That's all he's doing. He's not gonna win,
which we'll talk about in a second. So I mean, at this point, like anybody could own TKO if you have at least 7 figures in your goddamn name. So, and we mentioned it before, like John Cena.
8,
huh?
8 figures probably, bro.
I mean, if you got a name behind it and you got some money, yeah.
I mean, the one thing I realize is when you get to that much money, it's all imaginary. It doesn't really. It's not real. It's numbers on a piece of paper.
It's real to me, damn it.
That's why poor people like us, man.
Us. You know what? You don't want to show us upstairs room. Anyways. All right. So I mean, nothing really much to talk about. Just like The Rock, just owning a piece of land now. Since he had to sell his land from Hawaii after he did that whole Oprah, like, hey, donate to this, even though we're billionaires and you're basically paying for our land. All right, so let's go back to the Rumble talk. Let's do one of like not the main events, but like one of the cards, and it's Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul as WWE US champion. Who would have thought I was going to say that Logan Paul is a United States champion?
Who would have thought you were going to say that's probably going to be one of the matches of the night?
I do see that becoming the match of the night, especially like, again, I hate, speaking of owning land outside of the U.S. territory, like the Paul brothers are notorious for destroying Puerto Rico, but that's another subject, another day.
So I like this match.
I do like this match.
I would have preferred this match at WrestleMania. Night 1 or night 2. Because I think they both are going to kill it. And I would have loved to see them kill it at a platform as grand as WrestleMania.
Now,
because I would have loved to see both of these gentlemen in the Rumble. And by this match alone, both of them are not in the Rumble.
I mean, that's not the first, though. Like, they could easily go.
Yeah, I agree.
They just have to ice themselves.
Sure.
Obviously, they want that Ricochet Logan Paul spot again.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, plus if let's say, do we both agree that Logan Paul's going to win?
Wow. I'm a little torn.
All right, so pause on that one. Okay, cool. Because I do see Logan Paul losing the U.S. belt and going to the Rumble just to prove himself.
Yeah,
and it could go the other way around too with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
But like you're nodding your head, I don't see Logan Paul losing that belt until Mania.
So who does he lose to at Mania?
You want to laugh?
I'm laughing.
El Benito Malo, bad boy.
Maybe.
He didn't laugh. He didn't laugh. You know why he didn't laugh?
It's been rumored.
You know why he didn't laugh? Because celebrities nowadays are better wrestlers than some of these current talent, and that is crazy to say that.
Okay,
obviously,
if Elmer and I, who are not professional dancers,
he just used my
practice dancing for I don't know 3 months, and we got on a big stage, I bet you we could kill it.
And you know they have a show on that, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Dancing with the Stars, right?
Exactly, because we're stars out here.
So I could see them practicing and getting to that level. And then it has been rumored Bad Bunny has time available, I believe, either for night 1 or night 2.
He does, but he doesn't. But supposedly his tour does land around Tampa,
so he has time.
Mm-hmm.
So Bad Bunny, I could see Matt is showing up at Rumble too.
It's still early. He hasn't started his tour yet. I don't know when his tour starts.
So I mean, all he has to do is come in there, do a couple of flipping flops, and get knocked out.
Okay. Because he's a bunny, right? Because he has the hop. All right. So I say Logan Paul's winning.
So you think Logan Paul's winning and fighting Bad Bunny at WrestleMania?
Sadly, but it's a good sadly.
So again, I hate to say this, but that's a match I would want to see without a belt. It's like Roman and Rock. I want to see that match. Frankly, I don't care if there's a belt associated with it. That match doesn't need a belt. Like, I want to see a super mega star versus a prime superstar fight each other just for, who's the bigger star, right? Egos. I mean, you can do that.
You know what good storyline will be? Since I was talking about how the Logan brothers destroyed Puerto Rico, who's going to say Puerto Rico?
The Puerto Rican that lives in California because his superstar girlfriend is a Kardashian.
Benito, stay away from the Kardashians. You have one job, one rule.
What's that?
Stay away from the Kardashians.
Make Puerto Rico great again.
You got conquered. You were like, oh, I don't want nobody to conquer my music. You got conquered by something else. Anyways, all right. So Logan Paul, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Sorry, Kevin Steen. I'm gonna use your government name, Kevin Steen. All right. So, do you want to do the men's Rumble or the other undercard main event?
What is the undercard main?
Oh, the Fatal 4-Way with LA Knight, RKO, AJ Styles, and Roman Reigns. So, how long can we talk about this? Because we already know what's gonna happen.
So you think Roman's gonna win?
Duh.
I think this is a prime way.
And you mentioned that already. So let's continue with the conversation of how matches don't need belts.
I don't think matches need belts. So I think this sets up. So I think either this or Australia sets up Roman versus Rock, and I think this is a prime way for someone to lose without losing, i.e., somebody else can get pinned.
LA Knight.
I agree.
I love you, dude.
And win the belt.
Randy Orton.
And someone can continue his story.
AJ Styles.
And then, against maybe, I don't know, LA Knight. You can set up.
All right, LA Knight, we're going to see you in the Rumble in a second, bro.
We can see 3 or 4 WrestleMania matches set up by this match
Fatal
alone.
4-Way.
This Fatal 4-Way. I mean, literally, we can see 3 WrestleMania matches from this one match.
You know what's so funny? Like, even though we're dogging on LA Knight, he has improved. He has gone over. But when it comes to the other star powers of AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns, he is definitely the oddball in that Fatal 4-Way. So You say Roman Reigns is losing the belt. I say he's not losing the belt because again, like they want that belt for Rock versus Roman in Mania. Like they want that. Like you cannot lose a 1,400 and days of champion. I don't know the current number because again, that's how much research I've done. They're not going to continue those 4 digits and just lose it to Rumble, even though Rumble it is a big 4. It is an important pay-per-view. It's not like Great Balls of Fire. You know, I swear to God, if freaking Roman Reigns loses the belt and Great Balls of Fire, I will quit watching wrestling. Anyways, all of that, I think, like you said, I do agree with you that the feud is bigger than the belt.
Yes.
But at the same time, I feel like the belt fuses the feud because, dude, like Roman is building his legacy.
No. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You could be a smart, which we're both smart.
So. No, I'm an intelligent fan. Don't you dare put me in that category. I'm an intelligent fan.
So most people know that when a belt is on the line, you already kind of know what's going to happen at the end, right? Mm-hmm. Without a belt on the line, and it's really mano a mano, it's for who's the bigger superstar. Then you could say, well, The Rock actually has the chance of winning this, right? Maybe it becomes a Rock Cena where you do 2 of these or 3 of these, right? Mm-hmm. But when there's a belt involved, and the man is the longest reigning WWE heavyweight champion of almost all time, especially in the modern day, there's no way he's losing to his 60-year-old cousin, who happens to be a part-timer and a multi-billionaire,
and can't even get
more money.
And can't even get his cardio. Movies. Can't even get his cardio right with Jinder the Hinder the Mahal. Your cardio is trash, DJ. Yeah, I'm gonna call you DJ because Samoa Joe call you DJ, so I'm gonna call you DJ. But yeah, you make very great points. But I still do not see Roman Reigns dropping that goddamn belt.
I
do. That belt.
I think for storyline purposes, because then he could say he lost without him losing. He can easily get the belt back.
Yeah, but that's such a cheap way to cop out, bro.
I mean, I understand because at the end you want someone to beat him.
Exactly.
Just like you wanted someone to beat the Beast incarnate.
You know, there's only 5 people that pin Roman Reigns since this whole era.
Yeah, and who's the one that pinned him last? There's a joke around that going on.
Oh, it's his family.
Oh, was it? Oh,
keep going.
Main event Uso. Jay.
All right, you want to guess the other 4?
No. Who are the? I don't even.
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin. That's who I was thinking about.
No.
Huh?
Shane McMahon.
Okay.
It was 4. Who was the other one? It's only 4 or 5. All right, so I'm gonna name the other one, Eric Rowan.
Dang.
Eric Rowan was the last one to pin him. Mm-hmm. So it's Eric Rowan, main event Jey Uso, Baron Corbin, and Shane McMahon. I know there's a 5th one, but those are the 4 I can think of right now. And I'm not gonna look it up because I'm a professional podcaster.
Okay.
So out of those 4 people, obviously 3 of them are jokes, respectfully. Come on, you cannot cheapen out that main event, even though it's not a main event because we already know the Rumble is the main event. But it's still for the title.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I'm not here to change your mind because you're a grown ass man. But at the end of the day,
you still have Elimination Chamber too,
which Roman is not going to do. Hold on, pause. No, which we'll talk about in a second.
Roman's not doing it. It's been confirmed. He's not doing it. I mean, it may change, but
and then you have another champion that's out too with Rollins.
Right.
So what they're going to fight for?
No. So usually what will happen is this.
And it's not the first time they never had the belt on the pay-per-view.
So it's not for the belt. So it is for the opportunity to wrestle on WrestleMania.
The obviously the one that doesn't get chosen.
Correct. So the one who wins the Rumble
will pick
A or B, right? And then the second one will get to choose. Oh, we'll go after the other one. You don't think so?
Again, we're professional podcasters, but so we're all over the place. Okay, so the men's rumble.
Yeah.
Let's say whoever wins it. Okay, they choose one belt. I can't say the F word. You might be right.
I'm always right. That's why I'm front row Phil.
All right, we're about to end this guy. All right, so you might be right.
That's how it's been done in the past, bro. It's not like I'm coming up with an idea.
No. Because if you really think about it, if Roman keeps the belt,
yes,
and he faces The Rock,
right,
and Rollins gets whoever wins the Rumble,
which will be most likely CM Punk.
Ahead of ourselves because we're professional podcasters. All right, so
told him to find this out.
What the hell they're going to do for Elimination Chamber then?
This is why he needs to drop the belt. Because then Cody can win Elimination Chamber.
Because you could tell
and
from
take on who?
New Day?
The Viper, who will become your new heavyweight champion on Saturday. Well, no, Saturday. Saturday. Because he will pin. Who will he pin? Who will he pin?
Hey, not. Yeah.
Calling it right here. Then what happens?
Because even Gunther, like they could make the Elimination Chamber like center around Gunther.
Yep.
And Gunther could be a main event.
He could. He won't. All right, so the question then arises is this. It's been, like you said, 2 years. When do we get to see somebody finish their story? Is it this year? Is it next year?
It's gonna be on a new video game on WWE 2K24. That's when I'm gonna finish the damn story. Because that's
the way it's headed. The only way you could finish the story is in 2K.
No, imagine if you play as Cody and you never finish the story.
It keeps going.
It keeps going. You can save because like you can leave, but the moment you turn off your
competitor,
when you turn off your game system, your story restarts. Oh, stop. I will buy that game.
I will tell you right now. The storylines, the projected matches or conflicts, either by Mania or after Mania, that they're doing, that they're setting up, is beautiful. It's incredible. It's matches that I was like, I always wanted to see this. How do you get these two guys to really? Oh, they're selling it. Wow. I wouldn't mind seeing this at Mania. Granted, we may not see it at Mania. We may see it after Mania. But there are so many matches that we just talked about. Like we just saw this killer promo between Cody and CM Punk. And I was like, that's not a match I really wanted to see. That's not the match where he's like sitting there going, dude, this gives me auras of Hulk versus Rock. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a sec. Dude, it kind of does. All of a sudden, a match that I could really give a rat's ass about, excuse my language, at AEW, I'm actually invested in WWE.
You can say ass. You can't say F or MF. Anyways.
I would have never cared to see that match in AEW. Never in a million years. But the way they sold that storyline yesterday, I'm intrigued.
I agree. All right. So after we were all over the place.
Sorry. Back to the Rumble. Oh, wait. Wait. Let's
the bet.
Okay, we're going with it up.
So
you say Roman's going to win.
Just to make it interesting.
It's probably the safe bet. It's probably house money, and he's probably going to be right. But if I am writing the storyline, if I'm trying to sell Mania, and I know Mania is sold on 2 or 3 matches, it is for one night. It is not for 2 nights. Even if you have 2 really good main events, both night 1 and night 2, you need additional stories. You need additional matches. And the way you do that, yes, I don't care if it's night 1 or night 2, Rock versus Roman will sell. but you need other things. You need the aperitifs before your main dish, right? That's your main dish. Give me something.
Aperitifs.
Give me something to get me invested in that main dish, right? And that's what you need. And you need, to set up some other matches. And I think, yes, I agree with you. In principle, it's anticlimactic to see a man who hasn't been pinned in 438 days or whatever it is,
Finny Haney,
lose the belt and still not get pinned. But I think there's something sweet about that because you can run with that. You can see Rock coming in saying, "Hey, if you're the champ, if you're the head of the table, you don't have the belt." And he can say, "I didn't get pinned. Did you see me get pinned?" No one's pinned me since 345 days. And guess what? That sets up The Rock trying to pin Roman Reigns.
And they did the same thing with main event Jey Uso. Like they got pinned, but that's because it was in a tag team match.
That's true. Damn. But he's never been pinned in a one-on-one match. So, So again, and then even this,
it still feels cheap.
It does feel cheap. So cheap. But from a true connoisseur of wrestling, the Carney way, this is the perfect Carney way, dude. You want to be swerved without being swerved. I swerve when I.
White people don't even know what that swerve means. All right. Okay.
He was drinking and driving, ladies and gentlemen. He was drinking and driving.
What was it? Anyways. All right. Okay. So I say Roman Reigns. I'm
intoxication too.
I would take the safe bet.
Safe bet.
Roman Reigns. You say Randy Orton.
I say Randy Orton, and I say Randy Orton pins our hero, Mr. Impact himself.
Yeah. That's crazy that you said TNA legend and not even say AJ Styles. That's crazy.
No, I said Impact legend.
Impact
legend. Same company, different title.
All right, cool. All right, let's go to the main event, or hopefully, I don't know, the women Rumble, my main event. Anyways, the men's Rumble. All right.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah. I got the list.
Let's get the list.
Shout out to my girl, the party girl. She's keeping me updated. All right. So we got Cody Rhodes, hypocrite himself, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobbles Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Walter, because Mama call you Walter, so I'm gonna call you Walter. Gunther, Chad Gable, Otis, Akira Tozawa, Kofi Kingston, and Damian Priest.
Yeah.
All right. And those are 11 out of 30. So it's kind of obvious, right? The men's Rumble.
I mean, it's been signed, sealed, and delivered. I mean, the man made a promise. He said, "I am your betting champion. You can take that to the bank." And honestly, I think it's also written in his contract. Now, is he going to win clean? Is he going to turn heel? Those are the questions we should be asking.
He's not going to be heel. I don't see nobody booing CM Punk. Like, again, it's one of those things that I agree with you. It's signed, sealed, and delivered that, whatever contract CM Punk got, he's going to win the Rumble. He's going to main event WrestleMania. He might win the belt. I mean, you never know.
Depends on how injured certain people are. Yeah, he may win the belt.
Do you know who's really going to main event WrestleMania? You know who's going to really win? It's gonna be 40 years, brother. 40 years. When my back crashes down and it hurts inside. My knees can't deliver the trophy leg.
It's amazing such a simple move can literally cut what? He says 5 inches. He used to be taller.
So 5 inches? Which inches?
He became shorter. His tailbone got better.
He said when he brushes his teeth to spit out, he has to do this. Can't do this.
All this from a leg drop. You should have stuck with the elbow drop.
Oh yeah, because DJ did it so well. So speaking of unrealistic Rumble entrance,
yeah,
DJ.
No, Dwayne is not wrestling at a Rumble. Dwayne is wrestling at a Rumble if Dwayne wins at Rumble. Dwayne, I do not see Dwayne. Dwayne doesn't need to win a Rumble to headline WrestleMania. Or I'm sorry, since he's officially The Rock. The Rock doesn't need to win a Rumble to headline Mania.
That's insane, man. That's All right, so Hulk and DJ are not going to be there.
No.
All right, cool. All right, so it's 11 competitors, so we have 19 others. Obviously.
Right. So we have some NXT guys, right?
All right, so I truly, again, I'm not watching NXT. I just hear from other podcasts like Public Enemies, Black Wrestling, Black Announce Table. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all are my favorite podcasters. I do not see why not Carmelo Hayes cannot just debut.
Well, Carmelo Hayes kind of debuted already. He debuted in SmackDown.
That's how much I watch
wrestling. And he kind of had a fight with A-Town, and A-Town had his spine down. So I haven't checked. I don't know if he's okay or not, but he had an awful fall. So they threw up the X signs and they stopped the match. Kudos to WWE for being more proactive about that kind of stuff, because we know it's legitimately a scary sport, and it can be. And you're looking out for the well-being of the performers. So kudos to them.
Shut up. All right, so Carmelo Hayes. What about Trey Williams? No,
I've never been a Trey fan.
When me and the PWO met him, he was very nice.
When he's an enforcer, yeah, but not as a headliner. No,
but, yeah, because
when he plays the Diesel character as like the muscle, I believe it. But when he tries to be Diesel, I don't believe it.
I don't believe in that whooping that trick. You know what whoop that trick means?
I have no idea what that means. Man.
Cool. Anyways,
did you hit a hoe? What?
You're spot on. Anyways, all right, cool. All right, so
with youths.
I'm not youth no more, man. Anyways, all right, so what about legends?
Legends.
Well, definitely gonna be Mr. 40-year-old Mania.
Oh, HBK?
No, I meant Hogan.
Oh, Hogan, no Hogan, no HBK.
HBK's busy doing another storyline between
Angle.
No
Angle.
No Angle.
So it depends on who's a legend that actually can step into the ring without getting hurt.
Godfather. Spike Dudley.
Undertaker.
Oh God, Undertaker's busy doing the podcast, so which is a weird sentence to say.
Who else?
I have no legends in mind.
I don't have no legends in mind, dude. And honestly, at this point, I don't want to see a legend, unless they can legitimately perform. And we all know when a legend comes in there, they're going to win the Rumble. They're just fodder.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's. I mean, love you, legends.
Returns? Any returns?
I was just about to say returns. Adelante, 100 almas. There's a funny joke from the Public Enemies when Andrade just left AEW and he runs into Charlie like, "Baby, what's up? How you doing, Bobby?" And Charlie's like, "Hey, where's my dad?" I'm like, "Oh, Sam, I left him in the store. I left him at AEW. Yeah, he's busy with.
I gave him to you to take to AEW. Bring him back.
Yeah, but baby, he has the Woo wings. He has the Woo energy drink. You got to market those for a little bit.
Yeah, woo everything.
You call him Rick Woo. Freaking TKO didn't want to sponsor no damn energy drink if it tastes nasty.
WWE sponsors Prime. Have you tasted that? It tastes like ass.
Tastes like ass. A certain person likes Prime in this channel. I don't know, man.
He likes ass.
Anyways, all right. So you know how you mentioned about Will Ospreay being announced for AEW as and New Japan was cool about it. What about the Rainmaker?
Oh, Rainmaker's WWE bound.
Yeah, but
do you think he'll show up at Mania? No, I mean, or Rumble? No, I don't. I think they're gonna send him because the problem with him. I hate to say this, WWE don't know how to use Japanese people. They need to understand. Can he speak English?
Yeah, shout out to the Chaos member
can they do
Nakamura.
Anything? I mean, kudos to Nakamura, man. I'll tell you, and kudos for them for actually selling Nakamura now as a heel type faction where us Americans can read, so you can do the subtitle thing. I mean, like
I believe it's subs, not dubs.
I took my brother to go see Godzilla -1, and he sat there for 5 minutes and what is this? And then he started reading. He was like, "Oh, this is a good movie, man. I can read it." It's like, "Oh yeah, oh you could read."
Hey man, I'm about the dubs, not subs. All right.
So it would be interesting. I think we both met Okada. Okada's English is actually pretty good.
Very well.
Which is interesting because I also met like the Lucha Brothers. Their English was awful, but now their English is really good.
Yeah. It's just like how Rush said, I come to America and I speak your language. I learn English. And while Dragon Lee's at NXT, like, you know what?
Dragon Lee, dude. First time I met Dragon Lee, I was like, how much is a mask? He's like, yeah. And it's like, mask. Oh, for you, 500. And then he comes in there, 250.
He's like, you're the Rob Bravo. Oye, ¿cómo está, raza? Hey, shout out to everybody in Puerto Rico, Mexico that's watching this.
Oh, God have mercy.
All right, but
yeah. So,
Dragon Lee?
Dragon Lee for sure.
Dragon Lee could be one of the NXT people?
Yes. In, out.
In.
Ricochet?
Yeah.
In, out.
All right, so let's
Kofi Kingston?
Do a flip.
Out.
Well, is Ricochet going to take that mantle of
He should. He's younger.
How young is he though?
Yeah, he ain't that young, but
he's
more flexible.
Poor Kofi. According to the ring announcer.
Actually, I think the ring announcer is more flexible.
Stop! Nasty little
man. Ricochet!
Nasty
lucky SOB.
You nasty little man. All right, cool. So
don't call Ricochet nasty.
Let's do the final four, which we already know two of them. Two of them, obviously, it's gonna be the nose to nose brother.
Yep.
The tattoo on the neck brothers.
Yep.
So what about the other two?
Ooh, good question.
What do you think? Because my guess, the number 3 should be Gunther.
Okay, so you call him Gunther. I am actually gonna say because they really want to. I think they really wanted to resign him. The Scottish psychopath. He has to think about this.
Because isn't Drew McIntyre having beef with Judgment Day though?
Yeah.
Okay, so
he really has a beef with Jey Uso, because he felt like Jey Uso screwed him over. But then he also has this issue. Like yesterday, he fought Senior Money in the Bank, and he beat him. So
yeah, that's because of R-Truth,
of course.
Which God bless you, R-Truth, man.
But I don't think Senior Money in the Bank needs to be in there because he is Senior Money in the Bank. It's inevitable he's going to win. I mean,
dude, that briefcase is becoming less valuable the more stars come back.
Yes,
CM Punk, DJ.
But the thing with this is that belt, that's also a transition champion. We've seen that used so many times as a transition champion, where you need somebody to carry the belt because you don't want a good guy to fight another good guy. You don't want an Undertaker. I'm sorry, a Ultimate Warrior versus a Hulk Hogan match, right? You want to see a transition. You want a bad guy, good guy, bad guy. And by default, he's a bad guy. So a good guy wins, bad guy, he beats the good guy, and another good guy comes in and beats the bad guy. So classic storytelling 101. I don't know.
So
I think it's those four. I mean, who do you think? Obviously, I agree with you. We're both on the same page with the Nose Brothers. They're down the final four, if not the final two. but I don't. I Gunther, because they are pushing Gunther,
They are pushing Gunther. God bless them.
and they should. And Gunther's one of those guys that he's such a big heel now. He may be the first in a long time intercontinental heavyweight champion. I mean, i.e., both belts, because who's gonna take the intercontinental belt from him before he starts going after the heavyweight belt?
You know what's so funny? That's also a good conversation. And does he lose that in Elimination Chamber?
So the good thing with that is also, again, you know how we talk about matches setting up matches.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther versus
First
Drew
of all,
McIntyre in a one-on-one match, hard hitting, hard chopping, European uppercut. I mean, I would love to see that match. I mean, I think we got screwed over when it was Sheamus and Drew and Gunther, because I think there was much meat there. But if you could just get,
hey man, ain't nothing wrong with a lot of meat.
But I think
Pause.
I think
Shout out to Bay.
Drew and Gunther for the IC belt at Mania, I think it would be a good match. And again, this is where I see matches setting up matches, and I really am a proponent of that.
Man, but it goes back to what they're going to do in the Elimination Chamber. At this point,
okay, so we get the tease, right? We get the tease,
yeah,
and then we see that match at elimination. I mean, in the Elimination Chamber, we get to see them hit each other,
like
and it really sets up the thing.
Again, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks. Between now,
a lot of things can happen. Anything can happen. I mean, I would have never guessed that freaking Seth Rollins was hurt.
Shoot, we don't even know if Okada's going to do this first Elimination Chamber.
I would love to see Okada show up. I mean,
just sitting down the crowd.
No, I want
sit on the crowd and do this.
I want to hear coins drop. I want to hear coins drop. I want to see Rainmaker splash upon a board, and I want him to stand out there because his contract is technically over at the end of the month. So yeah, maybe it won't.
No, I mean, like I said, he could do the Will Ospreay route. Shoot, remember, Vince McMahon's not running WWE.
No, but that's on
TKO and Triple H. Triple H, who is an indie mark, even though he doesn't want to admit it, he will convince, hey, this guy, the Rainmaker, is not a name. So he's really gonna make you money.
You think New Japan would let him out of his contract a whole week early?
No, they're gonna do like that whole like announcement thing. So I could see I won't see Okada at the Rumble, even though I personally will love to see Okada at the Rumble. But I legit see him like sitting down, and then AJ Styles just look at the crowd, and Okada's just like,
dude, can you imagine? Seriously, sit for a second. For those who have not seen Wrestle Kingdom and have not seen the Okada versus AJ Styles match, imagine
was
that
that in Kingdom, or was that in I think it was another pay-per-view.
No, it was Kingdom. Was it Kingdom?
No. Because AJ Styles debuted on the Kingdom and attacked Okada, and then the next pay-per-view.
Oh, was their match?
So it's probably New Beginnings.
That was probably,
because AJ Styles took that belt away.
Just Google it. Just watch.
I know it's in 2015.
Watch.
I remember that
the match. Okay,
great.
The match again. AJ Styles does not have that matches. Okada does not have that matches. Those two together, they could create so much poetry. It would be the modern day example of Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That is the closest analogy I can make. That is the modern day. You've got to see those two guys before. You give those guys the opportunity to wrestle, and it would be incredible. You give those guys the opportunity to wrestle that at a WrestleMania, they will steal both nights of WrestleMania. I guarantee it. Now, obviously, it's not going to happen this WrestleMania, but hopes for next.
Well, you did say that Mania is sold by 3 to 4 cards. I mean, what else are going to do for the rest of the 4 hours extravaganza?
That's why I would love to see Okada. I would love to see Okada wrestle WrestleMania. I really would, but I don't. I see him wrestling WrestleMania, not this year. That's simply put. I think what they're going to do is you're going to see him headline the NXT pay-per-view. similar to the night that Nakamura joined NXT. Nakamura joined NXT. First match headlined the NXT pay-per-view the night before WrestleMania, and it was Sami Zayn versus Nakamura. And I was there. Still the greatest. It was a great match. They both killed it. When I spoke to Sami, and Sami says, "Oh, we didn't even plan that match out. We played it on the whim. We talked about a few things, but that was it. The rest of it was what he felt like, and I felt like. We called it on the." And I was like, "You felt that comfortable? I mean, like, have you worked with him before?" And he's like, "Nope." I was like, that tells you how good Sami Zayn is too. But all due respect to Sami Zayn, incredible human being, most importantly, but incredible performer.
I mean, same thing happened with ROH with Kevin Steen and Nakamura for the War of the Worlds.
Tells you also Nakamura is.
He knows English. Don't let that fake Japanese.
I'm glad he's giving. I know subconsciously WWE is promoting Nakamura because they want Okada, but I'm glad Nakamura is getting an opportunity to be on TV a lot recently.
You know what's so funny about this whole conversation that we've been having for 56 minutes? That WWE has become so unpredictable now that we don't even know what's going to happen. And that's like the best part, because I remember back in the day, like it was just like predictable city, you know, like we knew, oh, obviously CM Punk's gonna win the Rumble, oh, obviously Roman Reigns gonna win. Like, dude, you never know what's gonna happen in the next 6 months.
Well, honestly, we kind of know what's gonna happen. The problem is the WWE's done a good job of saying, do you really know what's gonna happen? Right? Like what they did at Survivor Series was great. Like they purposely announced that Randy Orton was coming back because they didn't want people to think that the secret member was going to be CM Punk.
And you saw how Randy Orton felt about that, even though he said, "Oh, you could tell that I'm grown up," you know. And I was like, "Shut up!" Didn't use the N word on Call of Duty one time.
But dude, it was funny though. If you see some of the highlights where Randy grabs a chair at the end, sits down, and just watches CM Punk come out. CM Punk comes out, and when he's waving at Randy. Randy waves back. I mean, like, dude.
And while Rollins is just trying to sell it.
Rollins does a great job of selling it.
He's just a
great performer. I'll tell you, these guys are great actors. I can see how these guys are in movies now.
Well, I mean, obviously Seth Rollins had to do the Captain America again because it was terrible, according to previous shots. All right, so as we wrap up, we agree CM Punk's winning the Rumble.
I would love for Cody to win it.
No, his gimmick is that he says he's gonna finish the story, but he's not gonna finish the story.
But I see Punk finish. I see Punk winning it. I see Punk coming out and saying he's going to go after Roman Reigns, and then somehow there's a swerve, and we end up with what we're going to get, which is Seth versus Roman. Seth versus CM Punk, which honestly, I'm not looking forward to now because Seth is hurt. I really wanted to see Seth wrestle circles around CM Punk, who still claims to this day to be the best in the world, which anyone who's seen him in AEW knows he's not the best in the world
anymore. To the AEW style.
I know, flippity floppity. I understand. Yeah.
He can't even do a buckshot lariat.
He tries
twice. You can't even do a springboard.
No, he's too old for that.
What's that song? There goes my hero. All right, as we finish this PPE Premium Predictions event with the Average 8, baby. Any final thoughts for the Rumble?
I think it's going to be a good show.
It's gonna be a good show,
and
we're gonna.
It's gonna be a good show,
and I'm gonna host watch along live event, live reactions, all that good stuff with me. Hopefully, the PWO joins me. I have a few of my homies joining me because we haven't seen them in a long time since I got out of the social media game. But I still try to post as much as I can. Shout out to the party girl that does it for me. Just follow our socials on our side to side. And this has been Kung Fu Eddie Baby with Front Row Phil, and we are out of here.